Hello, my name is Dominykas, and today I'm going to introduce you to our tool called Salt, which can help you to solve some of the issues and problems which might occur during your NEV solution migration to Business Central. So what is Salt? Salt is a Visual Studio Code extension which can help you to automatically convert your, for example, BC14 objects to AL syntax, also automatically set up AL project. It can help you to move your code to events and triggers, deal with temp block and breaking changes issues, rework options to enums, and some of the other things mentioned here in this slide. So let's just dive in our demo. Here we have a BC14 cumulative update 52 demo database. Made some modifications to it. For example, creating some new tables, some new pages, adding some code to sales post, on-run trigger, and some more. So in order to start using our Salt tool, you would need to have the same. You would need to have BC14 database ready, since TXT to AL tool that is used to convert your NEV objects to AL syntax can only be used in these versions. So once you have this done, we can move to the next step, which would be to open Visual Studio Code and downloading our extension from the marketplace. When you open your Visual Studio Code, you would need to go to extension marketplace, and search for Salt. You would need to download our extension. Once you did that, you would need to open it, and the process would start from TXT2IL functionality. TXT2IL is standard Microsoft tool which is used to convert your BC14 objects to new AL syntax. Until we released this feature into our Salt tool, we did this by hand, like almost everyone using this tool. You would need to extract standard tables and compare them with clear, not modified, same version objects to get the deltas, then use that deltas to generate the extensions and do the same with custom objects. So we automated everything, and now this can be done just by a few clicks. So first, to start, you would need to click TXT2IL. At first, you would need to, of course, enter the license key. When your license will be checked, you will get this message that running the TXT2IL feature will cost you 500 points. Of course, this tool costs something, and the points will be deducted from your total points. So we can click yes here. Salt will check your system requirements if everything is set up right, and if there's going to be some problems here on the same folder, you will be given a txt file with the reasons that something went wrong. If everything will go well, you will be shown these two options, and here you have two different ways on how you can transform your Navision objects. You can compare all of the database objects, or you can compare your uh, objects only with modified checkmark. So if you don't really know which objects are modified on your solution, you can choose the first option, but of course it would take longer than the second one. So yeah, I recommend you to try both, but now we will go with the second one. Next, you would need to choose your custom database entry point. You can choose one of your existing database in your SQL server, or you can restore it straight from your back file. Now I'm going to choose an existing one. I will choose the SQL server that my custom database is on. It will take some time, and here I see some of the databases that I have. I will choose the one for this demo presentation. And now you would need to choose your standard database entry point. So here you have quite a few options. You can choose existing database if you have it restored. You can choose it restored from back file, or the best option and one of the great features of this tool is that you can download it straight from Microsoft. So I would choose the third one. When you select that you want to download your standard version from Microsoft, Sol tool analyzes the custom database and extracts the information about your localization and cumulative update. So we can see that it found that cumulative update version is 52 and localization is v1. So I know that this is right. If something for you would show that it might not be the right version, you can click select version manually and then just change it to the right one. So let's continue. And here on the corner of the Visual Studio Code, we can see that there's going to be 8 more steps until this process is finished. So let's just skip and continue from the point where it's going to be finished. So, as we can see, Salt has finished converting and creating the AL project. For this particular database, the process took approximately 5 minutes to complete. The total time may vary depending on the several factors, including the database size, number of objects, and whether you chose to compare only objects with modified mark or all objects. So we can see that everything was put into corresponding folders. We can see that here we can find custom pages. Here we can find the created table extensions for modified objects, and we can see that not everything was converted correctly, since txt2l tends to skip some of the modifications that might not be supported by the tool. txt2l feature is not supported anymore. There's not more updates, so these issues may arise when you convert your objects, and these modifications should be handled by hand. So what we can do next, we can get back to the salt extension and continue with the second part of the uh, salt tool, which is called analysis. So let's click analysis, and it will take again a few minutes to collect information, which objects can be fixed, and whether there is some other issues that can be just automated and completed. So a few minutes passed, and we can see that in these 8 files, Salt extension finds some issues, and right now we can hit process. It will again take a few minutes, but it will try to fix these issues, which can come from file management, breaking changes, temp blob events, or other mentioned options that you can basically choose here before hitting analyze button. Here I get version control missing warning. Of course, I strongly recommend you to have version control set up before doing anything with Salt, because once you hit yes, this code will be overwritten, and you don't want to lose anything. So let's click yes, and it should take again a few minutes to complete this process. I quickly repeated the whole process and set up the source control for you to better see the contrast and what the processing part of the Salt extension tool did. So we can go through the changes after the AL project was created and see what it did. So we can see here that a new file called code unit event subscription was created, and here inside we can see that the code that I shown you previously on the BC14 version was transferred to on before post sales doc event, and everything is almost right. Sometimes there may be bugs, but to fix this, we would just need to replace the rec with the right record. So we can see that this event was created almost right. Let's go further. We can see that there was some fixes on the upcoming events custom page. Salt leaves some documentation tags if there was something to fix on the object. So let's see. Yes, this was a breaking change where certain make data filter function was moved at some point to a different code unit. So Salt extension fixed it. Here we can see that there was another breaking change, and we also chose to refactor enums. So here option was refactored to enum, and we can see here that the status enum was also successfully created and placed in the enums folder. Let's get back here. There was one more change, and it was also a breaking change where get user language procedure was modified at some point during the base app modifications. two versions, and it needed to be fixed and reference to the right one. Let's go further. We can see that there was stem blob issue, and it was also fixed. Customer card had some errors too. We can see that there was unsupported feature left, and this code basically needed to be transferred to onQuery close page trigger. Yeah, what else? There was quite big chunk of code, and there was all of these corresponding triggers created, and code was moved successfully. So yeah, this was a quick salt demo presentation from very start, beginning from converting your BC14 database, creating the AL project setup. Everything was automated. I didn't use any classic PowerShell scripts, or I didn't need to do anything manual to get the AL project in Visual Studio. And then we used the second part of the salt together with analysis and processing, which also helped us to clear some of the unsupported features and other errors which were left after the TXT to IL did its job. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope this tool will help you to move customers to Business Central.